If you're tired of not knowing where you spawned in, where to extract, or where any of the good loot is, this customs map guide for 2025 is exactly what you need. Hello and welcome to Tarkov University. In today's video, we are breaking down everything you need to know about customs in Escape from Tarkov. We're going to cover every spawn, every extract, how to orient yourself on the map, every high value loot spot, where the bosses can spawn. We're even going to cover some pathing and route ideas for you, as well as go over all of the danger zones or choke points where you'll need to keep your guard up. I also have almost 4,000 hours in this game, so all throughout the video I'll be sprinkling in some PvP tips for you. Whether you're brand new to Tarkov or just returning after a wipe, this video will give you everything you need to know about playing on Customs in 2025. Let's get into it. Customs is one of Tarkov's most iconic maps. It is a medium-sized, semi-urban war zone and serves as a perfect introduction to both PvP and PvE in Tarkov. Throughout the Customs map, you'll find solid early to mid-tier loot, with the upper end of the loot table being contained in hotspots like dorms, the Crackhouse, and the Stronghold. These places are where you're going to find your high-risk, high-reward gameplay. Think of Customs as Tarkov's middle ground. It's not as punishing as Labs or as easy as Woods, but it's dangerous enough and every decision you make matters. Let's first lay the foundation of your map knowledge in Tarkov and discuss spawns and extracts. Take a look at this. The Customs map can be divided straight in half if you draw a line from dorms all the way down to this porta potty. If your PMC spawns west of this line, then you will need to extract on the east side of the map, with your primary static extract being ZB1011. To use this extract, simply head to the far corner of the map behind the 4 tall silos. All you need to do is open this door up and head down to the back of the underground bunker. Remember to keep your guard up as you approach this extract. Since this is a static one, most players will be trying to use it. And in Tarkov, you cannot let your guard down until you're back in your stash. One of your alternative extracts is going to be the old gas station. You'll know this extract is open if there's green smoke showing by the front of the station. No green smoke means this extract is closed. If it is open, simply walk inside and head down into the basement. Your other alternative extract is going to be ZB1012, otherwise known as ZB12. The ZB1012 bunker looks exactly like the ZB1011 bunker, except it's a lot closer to you as you approach from the old gas part of the map. In order to use this extract, you will have to have found a note with the code word Voron in Russian or Bopo in your current raid, as that is your ticket to take this. Now if you spawn on the east side, you will need to extract on the west side, with your primary extracts being the trailer park and the crossroads. To take the trailer park extract, simply walk towards the corner of the grassy area just behind Big Red and the storage area. The crossroads extract can be found just north of this by the giant wall. Just get close to it and the extract timer will begin. One of your alternative extracts will be the smuggler's boat. You will need the note with the code word Voron or Bopo on it in order to take this extract, similar to ZB12. Your other alternative extract will be the RUAF roadblock. You'll know this extract is open if the spotlight above it is on. Just get close behind the vehicle and your timer will begin. There are 2 additional extracts that any PMC can take regardless of which side of the map they spawned on. The first of these is the car extract, which is located just behind 3-story dorms. The car is not always available, but if the car is there, anyone is welcome to take it if they have enough rubles in their PMC to pay. The amount you have to pay is dependent on how good your Scav karma is. To be safe, just always keep 30 to 40k in your safe container. Note that once this extract has been taken by somebody, nobody else may use it. The second extract open to anyone is behind the locked door located beneath the Stronghold. To use this extract, the power switch located in Warehouse 4 will need to be turned on. It is common to switch this on when you're heading by, just in case you need an emergency extract, or maybe you want to encourage others to take this extract if you're looking to maybe thin out the map and avoid some conflict. If the power has been turned on, just head into the basement of Stronghold and unlock the door to extract. You will need a factory exit key to open this door. Scavs will have their own extracts on customs, like the factory far corner, military base CP, and the admin gate depending on their spawn location and conditions. I recommend you learn the PMC spawns first. Once you do this, you should be able to find all of these Scav extracts on your own by comparing where they are on the map. I believe in you. You got this. Alright, buckle up team, because this next section is going to be meaty. We are going to cover the major landmarks and customs so you can orient yourself. We're going to cover PvP zones, pathing tips, and all the loot that you can find in each area along the way. We are going to cover the entire map in one direction and in great depth. This is going to help you orient yourself fast when you spawn in and know what to do and expect as you walk around the map. Let's start with a reminder. The customs map can be divided in half. We are going to pretend that we spawned in on the west side of the map. The major landmarks over there are going to be Big Red, Storage, and the river. Big Red is the Red Customs Office Warehouse. This is one of the easiest landmarks to spot from many different angles, and it can be used as a central reference point. You can easily orient yourself when you spawn in compared to this large landmark. If you head inside Big Red, you're going to find various loot in the back, but the main reason to come in here is to get into the director's office upstairs. To get up there, simply climb the stairs, and then you're going to need the director's office key to get inside. Once you're inside, you're going to find some computers, bags, jackets, and even a safe to loot. The primary reason you're going to come in here is just a handful of times in the beginning of the wipe for quests. Now look at this. If you want a cheeky vantage point, try climbing up the fallen racks on the inside of the warehouse. You're going to be able to see many unsuspecting PMCs from this angle. Moving on, the storage area is a maze of connexes located just behind Big Red and between Big Red and the extracts. A few of these connexes are open and have basic loot inside them, so take a peek around. To the east of Big Red is a long train followed by a river that totally divides the map. There are 4 ways to get across this river: the southern land bridge, the bridge just below the main bridge, and the junk bridge. It is typical to just take whichever bridge is closest to you at the time of crossing. I recommend saving up a maximum stamina bar and sprinting across any bridge that keeps you the most exposed. If you're moving across the main road bridge, you can walk as there's a lot of cover. In my opinion, there are some cheeky spots to snipe here, and they tend to be places where players tend not to expect you to be. For example, you can climb on top of this shack just by the road bridge and go prone for a good vantage point. Don't move too much when you're up here though, or you will be spotted. Another favorite of mine is low and press against this wall. Take a look and try it for yourself. Did I mention you can also flank players by going under the main bridge? Give it a shot in your next firefight. Many do not expect it. Moving on, as soon as we cross and head towards the east side of the map, there are going to be new landmarks. It's at this point I'm going to break these down into 3 different lanes or pathings that you can take. The first lane we're going to talk about is the northern lane. This will take you through the tiny forest and bring you to the infamous dorms area. Dorms features a 2- and 3-story building, and do not get it mistaken, this is the CQB PvP hub of the map. You do well to mess around in here at least once in an offline raid. Note that not every door will let you in or out of the dorms, but there are a few windows you can climb in, like the one leading into the bathroom outside of 3-story dorms, or the one along the back wall that leads into a bedroom. There is even a way to climb into the bathroom of the 2-story dorms if you have enough strength and practice the jump. It may take a few tries to get this one. Unfortunately, audio can be a bit janky in the dorms, so you're going to want to trust your eyes more than your ears and check every corner. Players tend to hold tight corners in the dorms and hide inside bedrooms, and keep in mind that when you're inside of the dorms, you can hear every bush and every step made by players as they approach the dorms. If you can hear them, they definitely can hear you, and they probably did. Some advanced movement tactics are also using the windows inside to your advantage. These can be used to flank unsuspecting players or even to escape if you need to. The Scav boss Reshala and his guards can spawn in either 2- or 3-story dorms, so keep your guard up. The best keys to use for the dorms are the 314 marked key and the following keys, which will open doors that lead to safes: 105, 110, 114, 204, and 214. The dorms are a playground for PvP, so play around and have fun. If you leave out the north side of dorms, you can follow the northern wall all the way to your extracts, and I would say you're unlikely to encounter any more PvP here, as there is next to 0 loot along this route. Take it if you have a quest item or just want a safe extract. Next, we're going to talk about what I'm going to call the middle lane. When you cross the bridge, this will lead you through the construction site. There is not much to say about this area except that you need to keep your head in a swivel as you move through here. There could be players to your left, to your right, and up in buildings. There isn't really that much loot here besides a few mechanical spawns inside these factories. This lane is primarily used as a highway from one side of the map to the other. Once you reach the train tracks beyond the construction site, your lane is going to split. Head north to pay a visit to New Gas, or keep heading straight to move through to the warehouses. If you decide to go to New Gas, know that Reshala and his guards can spawn there. If you decide to head to the warehouses, you're going to find a few buildings with surprisingly good loot spawns, particularly inside USEC. Once you move through here, you will find the silos, and that signals that you're almost out. Remember where ZB11 is. Now, if you cross the bridge and decide to take the southern lane, you're going to find the Crackhouse. That is a junkie's haven full of valuable med spawns on the second floor as loose loot. You're going to want to look around all the tables and shelves. There are also some filing cabinets in the office area, and if you're lucky, you can even find intelligence sometimes in the library section. It is very common to encounter players here, so be ready for some PvP. Just like dorms, remember that whoever's inside the Crackhouse can hear anyone approaching the building, so don't bother trying to be sneaky as you roll up. It probably won't help. Whether you're inside or outside, don't be afraid to use those windows to your advantage. You can hurl grenades inside of them to force camping players to move, and if you're inside, you can even jump out for a cheeky flank or maybe as an evacuation maneuver. As you move further east from the Crackhouse, you're going to find the Stronghold. That is a large fortress-like building south of the construction area. It's called Stronghold because it has mounted guns on almost every side. Note that 2 Scav bosses can spawn here, both Reshala and his guards, as well as the Goon Squad. And if you choose to run night raids, this is typically where you're going to find your cultists as well. At the Stronghold, there's a ton of good loot here, both upstairs and downstairs. Expect PvP contact whenever you arrive, either from PMCs or player Scavs. Moving beyond Stronghold will bring you to another set of train tracks. Keep going to get to Old Gas. Remember, you can take this extract if there is green smoke. If not, you're going to need to follow the walls up and into the warehouse area to get to ZB11. We've covered this in a previous section. Now a refresher of the good stuff, the loot. The loot on customs is very spread out, but your best value per minute is going to come from the clustered PvP areas. Let's first refresh with dorms. The 3-story dorms has the famous marked room, the 314 key. This is going to have rare gold spawns, cases, weapons, and other valuables. You're also going to find safes behind locked rooms 105, 110, 114, 204, and 214. Outside the locked rooms, there are tons of jackets for you to find your keys in, as well as bags, weapon cases, toolboxes, and much more throughout both buildings. Remember, Stronghold is going to be loaded with weapon crates, ammo boxes, and high valuable barter items. In Crackhouse, you're going to find top tier medical loot and even intelligence folders. The big red office contains a safe, computers, task items for early quests. The general construction area and warehouses and gas stations are most likely filled with tech loot, fuel, and other barter items for you. And just a brief note about hidden caches. Hidden caches are scattered throughout every single map. I'm not going to discuss hidden caches in my map guides as there's far too many of them. Also, usually heading for them will generally cause you to deviate from normal pathing, and this is supposed to be a comprehensive beginner's guide. Basically what I'm saying is caches deserve their own video, so stand by for that. Just a couple more tips to make your customs run smoother. 1. Expect the Crackhouse and dorms to be absolute chaos after the first 90 seconds of every raid. Whoever gets the closest spawns to these areas usually just sprint there since they're going to be first and all of the loot will be uncontested. If you've been struggling to get quests done that require you to go to dorms or something else, either get in there first or wait until later in the raid when everyone has moved on from that area. And 2, if you're still struggling to orient yourself when you spawn, just look up and you should be able to spot some of the landmarks we discussed in this video. Cross-reference what you're seeing with a map. And that's it for your complete customs map guide for 2025. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Escape from Tarkov content, and let me know down in the comments if there's any specific info you'd like to see in future map guides. In our next video, we're going to take a look at Factory as it is a great map to get good at PvP and learn the fighting mechanics in Tarkov. Well, that's it for this time. I'm Ghost, and I'll see you in the next raid.